Itu sudah selesai. Yang sosok Bapak tersebut. Dan awet. Apanya itu istri? Bukan kelima ya.
Dulu bisa.
Back after lunch break. We hope everyone's feeling refreshed and ready for the next exciting session.
Yes, we are so happy to see all of you gathered here this afternoon for the final first to the lecture workshop held here at Karangturi National School.
But before we start, we should probably clear up something that might confuse some of you today.
That's right, I'm really so excited.
Exactly. My name is Gracia Vizgaya Adian from Psychology.
My name is Rachel, we just came from management. And so if you are unsure, don't worry, it happens all the time.
But you can just call us the Graces. Double name, double chart, and double energy for this afternoon. And together, we'll be your hosts for this Fine Force General Lecture Roadshow.
Alright, now let's officially begin our station. This event is part of Fine Force Roadshow, which aims to connect universities, researchers, and students across the world through innovation in technology and sustainability.
And before we proceed, allow us to briefly introduce the key people behind this collaboration. Fine Force, which stands for Food Innovation, Development, and Sustainability for Science, is supported by several esteemed universities.
Among our partners and speakers are
Professor Dr. Jan F.M. Van Impe from KU Leuven, Belgium. Would you please stand up and greet the audiences for a moment? Thank you. Next, we have Monica Palaska from KU Leuven, Belgium. Would you please stand up and greet the audiences for a moment? Thank you.
Next, Professor Dr. Morris from University Católica Portuguesa Portugal. Professor Alcina Morris from University Católica Portuguesa Portugal.
And last but not least, we have Professor Dr. John Lindsay from Benhard University of Applied Sciences, Germany. Would you stand up? We are so honored to have your contribution and presence as part of this international collaboration. So everyone, let's give them a big round of applause.
Good. Now, we would like to invite Ms. Martinelli to come up to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our new partners, Jan, Karangturi, and Sina, welcome to Karangturi. And of course, lecturer from International Karangturi, and our new student, ask. I want to say thank you to Mr. Yoga, that is not even because of him, Untitled or UK, that's Karangturi, for inviting our university to be part of this amazing project, Fine Force. We are truly happy and proud to join this collaboration. And so let me explain a little bit about Fine Force. So we connections with Fine Force, not FIDAS or not Fine Forces, yeah, right? Fine Force, right? Okay. Fine Force stands for Enhancing Higher Education Capacity for Sustainable Data-Driven Food System in Indonesia. The project aims to strengthen the capacity of higher education institutions in Central Java by improving institutional and administrative facilities. And the consortium includes UNIP as the coordinator, and then along with USM, UPTRIS, UNIMUS, UNTIDA, UTAD, and of course, Universitas Karangturi. And our European partners are from Q11, and then the two University College Dublin in Ireland, Universidade Católica Portuguesa in Portugal, and Untitled in Germany. I really hope this event will inspire all of you. Please learn as much as you can and enjoy the experience. And later, we also have a guest lecture from Professor Alsina. So feel free to ask questions, whether you are a student or you are the lecturer, please ask a question to Prof. Alsina. And don't worry if you are not confident in English, like me maybe, Mr. Restu will be help you to translate your question. So don't worry, just ask in Indonesia is good. So last but not least, thank you to everyone that is possible, teman-teman BEM, teman-teman panitia ORCA, thank you. And let's enjoy the session and let's learn together. Thank you.
To begin our session, we are pleased to invite Professor Dr. Young as an embedded bear from Fine Force to deliver the welcoming remark.
My voice is not great today, but don't worry. Most welcome to all the students. I'm thrilled to see you all. Me, or maybe that about Mr. Vice Rector. We have heads of school, heads of departments, heads of staff, and international. And I forget some which is here, of course, we always have them. It's a really pleasure to be here. Now, I don't know what I should speak about because it's not already fully explained what is Fine Force about. It's indeed a collaboration project between 4 European universities. You should know that we are old. We are old in the sense that the course program, a students program, that started in 2005. The 3 members present here were at the foundation of Food Force, that time of Seafood and Nut, in 2005. This is Dr. Alsina, Dr. Louis, and Monica. So they are the living memory of this program. After a few rounds, like this today, we were contacted by Mr. Yoga, which of course, what we maybe do not know is that he the graduate of the program himself came to study 2000, Porto and Amsterdam University of Sciences at that time. And for 2 years, and he graduated in 2013. Long time ago, maybe for young people here, I guess, from 18, 19. So, you were not even born when all of this started. But you will harvest the fruits of the little seeds that were planted at that time, and that we hope this is 1 year of operation. I was here in Indonesia exactly 1 year ago for the East Capital. The symposium of fruit and agriculture organized by UNIP 1 month before the official start of project November 1st, 2024. This project will continue until the end of October 2027. So, if everything goes well, we hope to visit you again all of you in your second year, please, by next year. I call you the Magnificent Seven. Magnificent Seven universities here in Romania, and arbitrary order new as Unimus, Untitled. These are abbreviations. So difficult for me. Untitled, last but not least, the National University here, Karangturi, or I should check it in notes. National University Karangturi. And when I said we are old, well, not on rector, you getting old yourself, not you in person. The project will finish too soon to celebrate together with you the 100 years of this university. It is based in a splendid location. What is even more important, it is run by splendid, brilliant, two friendly people, always welcoming. Many, many thanks for that. You students are the best possible environment ever. Always keep in mind when you graduate for yourself and want better life, you need a degree. But we are on a mission. The planet is hungry. With a degree in food technology, you can do something. Make that happen. All consortium wishes you the very best of luck in that and that. Now let's celebrate. My colleague, Dr. Alcina, will raise a lecture on dehydration, which is quite relevant to the situation we Europeans are facing these days. All jokes apart, enjoy your lecture. We enjoy our host, or seeing the program that we're being setting up. But we have no doubts, given the enthusiasm, this is not just, it is not the end of just a one-time visit. It is the beginning of a long-standing collaboration. I forgot your name in the meantime. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor, for inspiring remarks. Now we would like to continue with the solar presentation as a token of appreciation. We kindly invite Ibu Luciawati Dewi MSc and Bapak Alfian Ika Fikri Susanto, that's with the everyday, to come forward to present the moment. We also would like to invite
Professor Gabriel and our co-favorite and Muslim staff from KU Belgium. Professor Gabriel and Professor Elsa Brennan is from University Católica Portuguesa Brasilia. Professor Gabriel Dietze from University of Applied Sciences, Germany.
Thank you, Ibu Sawali Dewi and Bapak Alfian Rafiki Susanto and our Fine Force representative.
Alright, everyone. Now we are moving on to the highlight of today's program, the general lecture by our Fine Force, featuring Professor Alcina Bernadette Reyes from Universitas Portuguesa, Portugal.
Today, she will share her insights on joint technologies for agri-food products, apple and ginger products, a topic that reflects innovation and sustainability in modern food processing.
Kalina, the head of organization to the moderator, who would like to kindly invite listeners to come on to the stage.
Okay, to be honest, right now I'm feeling very nervous. Because I'm speaking in front of very special people, distinguished guests from far away. I think the MCs have mentioned the countries. You guys remember where they are from. Just mention one country that you still remember. Anyone? Okay, Portugal, and then what else? Which other country? Belgium. Okay, Germany. Correct. That's great. So it's like because as you can see, after lunch when I'm full, I'm always feeling sleepy. So I need to take a cup of coffee for that. Okay. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be here becoming the chairperson or moderator of this special event, this general lecture. And although I'm nervous, but I'm really proud of it because I could speak in front of you in this very distinguished occasion, because this is actually our first program collaborating with international scholars. As you can see there, we are collaborating with Fine Force. So this is actually EU partner of UK, Universitas Karangturi. So you can see how great we are now. And I believe in the future, UK will be good international. In this very special occasion, I would like to invite Professor Sida to the stage, and please join with me welcoming her with big applause. Actually, we just had a little conversation before at our lunch, and it's a nice conversation. But last night I was also searching for information about her background and her profile. It was amazing And she has done a lot of works. She has made numerous research and a lot of experiences, especially in food technology. However, as a senior person, I believe that she has a lot of things to share, not only for those studying at food technology. I believe many other students, although you're freshmen or new students, must have questions to ask. If you're not confident to ask questions, please ask in Indonesian and I will answer them. Or maybe I just need to read a little bit information about her. Maybe you're curious about her. Right now, since Professor Alcina Torres, she holds an appointment as president of the Pedagogical Council of the Universidade Católica Portuguesa. Is that right? Okay. The Faculty of Biotechnology, Portugal. Right. At present, she is associate professor at the Faculty of Biotechnology since 2017. Right. And now she is a member of the Center of Biotechnology and Fine Chemistry, or CBQF. Her research focuses on post-harvest technology and the dehydration of food products, particularly fruits and vegetables. Okay, it sounds interesting, isn't it? Okay, so I hope that you have a lot of questions afterwards, and what she shared is inspiring. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to give a floor for Ms. Sina, okay, to share a lot of valuable things to us. Okay, the floor is yours.
It's a great pleasure to be here with you today, especially the students. But I'd like to present my compliments in the name of the CP to the academic authorities and University of Karangturi. And I'd like to thank you for the invitation for being here today with you. It's a pleasure to be in Indonesia. We have been here now for more than a week, almost 2 weeks. We are leaving tomorrow, me and Professor Bowie. And we enjoyed a lot of the warm welcome that we have received these days from the very beginning until now. It's very warm welcome that you gave to us, all university, all 7 universities that we came here to visit. So I also would like to greet my colleagues, Indonesian colleagues, the staff, they are present here, I suppose. And finally, I'd like to greet the students. Yes, that's because of the students that I'm here today in this special lecture. I know it's very specific in food technology, but please be at ease because I just want to give an example of how simple things may be, and we can extend this to other areas. Okay, thank you again. I hope you enjoy, and please don't be shy to ask any question. You can put it in Indonesian, and your professors will convey to you. Okay, thank you. So I will talk about the hydration technologies for agri-food products. In special, we have in Porto this company that produces juice, apple and ginger juice, and from this juice it results a very significant quantity of products, apple and ginger. So I will focus. I know you are very rich in sand. The sand is very nice here in Indonesia, and you have the solar dehydration, yes, the solar drying that you could use. Nevertheless, I want to give this message to you that the solar drying is very slow, okay, it takes a long time. So it may destroy some important compounds that are present in these special byproducts, with apple and ginger pomace. So I'm going to talk about alternatives that we can use in order to be quicker, to reduce the drying time, so that these compounds that are good for health, I will give some illustration, these compounds will be preserved, okay? Not so much destroyed as in solar drying. So I will pass this very quickly because Professor Liang has already mentioned we are seven, you are 7 universities joining this project, and we are 4 universities around Europe. So, first of all, I like to place Portugal for you. If you don't know, now you can tell that Portugal is in the western part of Europe. The pointer is not working very well. I don't know why. It is far, yes. Don't worry, just follow the arrow. Yeah, we are there. Okay, that's Portugal. And you can find Porto in the most north part of the country. Yes, Porto. We are not University of Porto. We are UCP, the Portuguese Catholic University that exists in all countries, but in several campus. The main campus is in Lisbon, that you see over there in the south, yes. That is the capital of Portugal. And we are in the second city, which is Porto. And there are other campus of UCP. Okay? We are having a lot of courses that we can offer. One of them is the master course in food engineering. Okay, but we also have a bachelor course in bioengineering with I would say the branch in food technology and engineering. So I want to bring the message again. Welcome to Porto, and you can see the Douro River, and you can see some typical roads where you can take a ride if you go there. So please, we are welcome to receive you in Porto if you have the opportunity to come. Okay, we are very glad to give back your hospitality. Yes. So, motivation for this research work, I'm going to present you some results about the master's student program, okay? The she did this work, and the motivation to carry out this work was based on the recommendations by the United Nations that are there, which have determined some sustainable development goals, SDG, and namely the 12.3, which focus 50% reduction of waste. Okay, so we want to reduce waste, and not only reduce, but we want to reuse the waste to human consumption if possible. Where is it possible to act? We can act at the level of food production, yes, food production, fruits and vegetables in general, because of apple and ginger, that generates pomaces. So pomaces is a kind of residues after the main product that we use. In this case, it is a juice. Okay, so we can use the food residue to produce something useful that before was given to feed animals. Okay? Nowadays it's used to feed animals, but we can use it to produce bio-based products to human consumption. So this is the industrial process of this company, which is placed more or less in central Portugal. And this company is unique for its products, which is juice, namely apple and ginger juice. They have others, like orange juice, passion fruit juice. They have other food products juice. And this juice is after extraction, mechanical extraction, cold extraction, it is submitted to a process. This is a rather sophisticated process because it's called high pressure process, HPP, because of the high pressure. If you read over there, it's about 500 megapascal. Now I ask the students, do you know how much is this normal pressure over here? It's 1 atmosphere, and in Pascal or megapascal, technology students, well, maybe you know, 0.1 megapascal is normal pressure. So imagine 5,000 times more. So this is a rather expensive process. This company has this expensive process, okay? And they produce these residues, these called byproducts, okay? Byproduct because it happens at the same time, but normally they used to give this to feed animals. And now we want to, how to say, to take profit of the compounds that are rich for your and good for your health. So we are going to use in this research, okay? So it's called apple and ginger comments. This is just an illustration for you to see the equipment they use for HPP. Okay, rather expensive in the company. Yes. The advantage is that the juice is already in the bottle. Yes, when it is processed. So there's the pasteurization is done by this process. It eliminates pathogens. Essentially, it's called pasteurization, and the product, the juice, must be kept in cold 4 degrees centigrade in order to keep its excellent organoleptic quality. That's why we use the HTP, because of the sensory feeling of this juice, make excellent juice. So, concerning the byproducts, that's the matter of this lecture today. The apple commerce consists of 93 million tons of apples are produced were produced in 2022. Okay, after these 93 millions, 4 millions of tons of apple commerce is generated annually globally. Yes. So, apple is very rich for its fiber content, and also for the economic compounds, which are the ones that bring health contribution. Okay? The ginger residue is made here in Tunisia. You use a lot of ginger in juice and food, and they are very rich also in phenols, polyphenols. Namely gingerol, for instance, and this ginger residue also has a nice fiber content. So, what is the contribution to health? The apple commerce prevents cardiovascular diseases and cancer, while the ginger is an anti-inflammatory, as you may know, you are familiar with it. Anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant, and it also prevents cancer. So we must focus and remove these compounds to be used in the human consumption. Next, please. So, please, Greg. So, we studied first the composition of the apple and ginger pomace, because this was a new byproduct, never been studied before, and our student did this study, and she analyzed the composition of the nutrition composition of these pomace. And we found out that it is very rich still in moisture content in water, around 75%, and also some rich in carbohydrates and sugars, and also fibers. Fibers about 10% in the fresh pomace. So the objectives of this work were to dry the pomace. Why? We wanted to produce a flour, flour to make cakes and so on. We wanted to produce this flour, and therefore we have to dry it, not by solar drying, as I mentioned, but by other kinds of drying. And we made this plan to try, since it was very rich in water, we tried a pre-treatment osmotic dehydration. I don't know if you are familiar. I will explain a little bit since it's the class for you, for the students. And we did this treatment, and afterwards we tried hot hair drying, conventional drying, versus microwave drying. So the technologies used were osmotic dehydration consists of the immersion of the product into a hypertonic solution. In our case, since apple is sweet, apple pomace is sweet as well, so we use sugar first. But our intention was afterwards, if it worked with sugar, we would replace it by another less caloric sweetener, such as sorbitol, for instance. Okay, but we try first with normal sugar, and afterwards we proceed to hot hair drying. We would proceed to hot hair drying, which it consumes a lot of energy, as you may imagine. Yes, and it also affects quality characteristics. But as a scientist, we have to prove that. You may say, oh, we know it spends a lot of energy, it will bad for quality, but we have to prove when it is a new product that nobody knows about, such as this apple and ginger product. So we have to analyze some quality parameters I'm going to show you. Microwave drying is by electromagnetic energy, dries by electromagnetic energy, and the quality is better, normally is expected to be better than by water drying. The drying, although is not very uniform, there's a drawback of the microwave drying. Okay? So let's see what we used to do the research. So just a little small information for you to know what is osmotic dehydration. Do you know? Anyone? Anyone heard? No? So as I said, 75% water. So we are going to first extract some water to reduce the drying time after when we dry itself. So the full product is over there. Then we use the sugar or salt If the product is more salty or a vegetable, we can use salt solution, hypertonic salt solutions. If it is sweet, such as apple, we use the sugar solution. So it works like that. We wish to remove water from the product, but at the same time, some sugar or salt will go into the product by diffusion, okay? The difference between the inside cells of the product and the solution outside. There is a driving force, a difference that makes this happen, okay? At the same time, there are some soluble compounds, some organic sugars, some organic compounds, some sugars, some minerals that also are come out of the product. Okay, you have any question about this? No, you understand? So, more or less, you can ask questions in the end if you wish. We'll come back to the slides. So here you can see the fresh apple and ginger comments in the very beginning. The osmotic dehydration took place in flasks about 30 minutes. And the parameters do not see very well because it's stuck over there. The parameters of the osmotic dehydration, it has a temperature between 16 to 40 degrees centigrade. In this case, we use this. But we wanted low temperatures in order to preserve the quality and the compounds that we use. Okay? So low temperature, it has some stearin. We put it into magnetic plates and it makes stearin, yes. And afterwards, and the sucrose solution was about between 25 and 60 bricks. You know, this bricks is like percent of sugar in the solution. It was 60 is very high. But I'm going to explain why we use 60 because it didn't work so well at the lower. We wish to use 25 only, but it didn't work. So that's research. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. That's why I wanted to bring this very humble example for you to understand how the researcher go gets along with these ideas and decisions. So the simple equipment that we can have in here is an hot-air drying like this, very simple. You see, you just can put install some thermocouples inside, measure the temperature, and use this type of dryer. It's not very expensive, very simple equipment. Okay, so we use this hot-air dryer. And we wait during each 10, so 30 minutes until reaching 10 to 12% water content. We started from 74. Remember, 74 until 10, 12 was our objective. About microwave, also you can have a microwave. It's not very expensive, simple equipment. And here we proceed to the same way. We wait each 90 seconds, and then each 90 seconds, and then 67 seconds until we reach also 10-12%, because we want to compare both types of dryer. Yes? Imagine the hot-air dryer is like our control, because it spends a lot of energy. We thought it would be bad, but you have to use the controller. Also another message, when we are doing experiments, we need also something to compare, otherwise it's difficult to draw some conclusion. Yes? So, next. Here you can see the thickness of the layer that you used. 2.5 millimeters for hot-air drying, 2.5 millimeters for microwave drying, but then we go to 1.5 because of the non-uniformity of the drying. Okay, so we put it thinner layer. So the conditions, they go at the same time. The conditions time was between 45 and 70 degrees centigrade. And then we also perform step drying, which means we can change temperature in the middle. After the dry, there are two phases, two periods, phase 1 and phase 2. So after phase 1, use one temperature at phase 1 and another temperature at phase 2. This was to improve the quality parameters. Okay, and we had to try 62 and plus 45 because 70 was too high for the quality, 70 degrees. So we used 62 plus 45 or 45 plus 62. Yes, we combine to optimal temperature. Regarding microwave drying, we used the power, maybe you know, it's expressed in watts, and we use from 100 to until 300 watts. Because higher than this, it will destroy our valuable compounds. Also, we use this step 100 to 300, and concerning the thickness of 1.5. Okay. This one. And to shape. The same power levels that 1.5, the bigger thickness. So, I don't know if you are familiar with this. I'm going to be very brief. We did some modeling because we wanted to reproduce and predict the speed of the drying. Okay, so we did the experiments and then we adjust, but we did not make new models. We used traditional models such as the Lewis, that model, Anderson and Page, Frank model, and McGilly was used for microwave drying. We used more models, and these were the best. And if you look, there's something in common. They have all, can you tell me? They are based on linear models? No. They are non-linear models and they are exponential. Yes, you see the exponential there? All the four models are based on exponential decrease because they are losing water. So, what we wanted to do? We wanted to choose the best model and then wanted to predict the drying time. We can use it even if you don't do the experiment, you can do the calculation and see if it's reasonable or not and add the data. Also, we can calculate the energy because energy is very important to be sustainable. If you require a lot of energy, it's best for the drying technology is not so recommended. So here we use this equation for hot air drying and for microwave drying. Okay, basically they are based on the air. The first one on the air conditions, the temperature and heat capacity and the velocity of air and so on. And the microwave is based more on the power and the time that the expectation level. And then about the quality, we evaluated several parameters such as color. We can evaluate negative eye, but when we say the difference, tell the difference, we need to have an objective measurement. And we have this system. It's also a small equipment, it's not so expensive. We can measure LAB and calculate new angle, chroma, and delta E. We can also measure water activity. We evaluate the dry matter and antioxidant activity and total phenol compounds. This last tool will give us the indication about the health properties of the product. So about the results. The first, the pre-treatment was osmotic rehydration. I decided to do this values to you because I want you to know that sometimes we have to repeat and repeat, and our student took a lot of time to do this, but finally we concluded that the pre-treatment was not useful. Why? Because if you can observe, the water loss should be positive. We should be expected to lose water, but in some cases, we gain water. Yeah. Why? If you remember what I told you before, the commerce has a very high content of fiber. So the fibers bind with water, and therefore if they don't allow water to go to the electronic solution. It was reverse, and we were surprised, but this is the result. The results are not always what we expect, but we have to be honest about our results, okay? So, from here we can conclude with these several trials. The PTV and PTCs maybe were the best treatments, but it's not worthwhile wasting time with this pre-treatment because water loss will be very low. The highest was 3.5. It's not worthwhile. So it was not considered a good pre-treatment, and we forgot it. And we did directly the drying treatment, the drying technology. Yes. So about the modeling and the experiment, you can see all the results there. The points there are the results, experimental results, and the lines are the results of the models. Okay, so you have the model rest, the models were used, and Anderson and Davis, and you can see they adjust very well the curves, the experimental points. Yes, see that. And we did statistical analysis. You know that those that are going to be two technologies, they may have statistics in their curriculum. Yes, to course on statistics, and we can tell that these models were the best. Why? Because the statistical parameters were good. The correlation factor was near 1. Yes, you can see the correlation factor is R2 there. And you can see the other two statistical parameters, and SE, they are low. Okay, so it means the models are good. And another thing that we can observe is the K. The K is the parameter to determine, it shows the speed, what is the highest speed, and we can observe that the temperature 70 degrees was the highest speed in relation to 62 and 45. Also, the steps were not bad, especially the step 45-62. Yes, you could get an identical result to only 62 degrees. So, in question of speed of drying time, this model good in the work, and we can have we can do the step 45 degrees followed by 62 degrees would be good to use. So, following this, because of the same reason as before, the T2 and the NSD or low, yes. And we also observe that the speed of the drawing increases when we use the power. Of course, we need to pause it, yes, but we have to show the move and calculate. So this model was good. And we also calculated, estimated the drying time, and we can observe here very big difference between hot air drying and microwave drying. Microwave drying is the yellow one, hot air drying is the orange. You can see dramatic difference. It means you can save a lot of time using the microwave drying. Yes, it's about 300 times less time. So it's very significant. Yes. Next, we can see also the energy consumption, and you can observe that also because there are different scales, you observe well the two figures there. The scales are different, and microwave drying has much less energy, wastes much less energy than the hot air drying. Okay, so it's very sustainable, much sustainable than the classical drying. Yeah. So here are the photos of the dry farmers. 45, 62 step, 62, 45 step. You can see the naked eye, you cannot perceive very much the difference, yes. And here you have the microwave dry 100 watts, 2.5 milliliters, and 100 watts, step 100, 300 watts, 2.5 milliliters. So you can see a significant difference between the color of the microwave dry and the hot air dry. Yes, it's the hot air dry is less vivid. Yes, yeah, it's not color. It's not faithful to the original color. Away. But sometimes the naked eye cannot tell very much difference, and you can use these parameters that I talked to you about first. The luminosity L gives you how lightness the samples are, and you can see that the samples, second samples, the green ones in the first figure, you can see that the step 45, 62, as well as step 62, 45, were the best in terms of eye luminosity. Yes, better than the other conditions. The microwave line, hot air line. The other parameters, I'm not going to talk very much about them. It's A and B. They can be used to calculate the following parameters that matter: the U, angle, and delta E and chroma. Yes, because they tell you more about the differences in color. We can say that the U angle, again, the green ones, you see they are higher. Yes, those that know statistics see the vectors and they are higher, significantly higher. The gray great one is the raw material. Yes, it's the fresh one. Yes, it's the fresh sample, and the green ones are dried by the steps. They were the best in terms of view. Also in the pharma, the conclusion is another, is different, because you can see the blue ones are higher. Yes, and the problem means intensity, saturation of the color. And in this case, they give you that the microwave drying is better. Okay, so as we perceive visually, like better the other color. So that's the intensity. It's more yellow than the other background sample. And you can see using the equipment, they're not much expensive, and you can tell objectively. You cannot publish a paper without having objective measurements. You cannot say it's like that, it's darker. Nobody will accept this. Yes, you can see the force of creative move with equipment. So, here are the results. Then, about the quality of the product, we can talk about the total phenolic content, that all phenolics together, yes, and we could observe that the raw material is the fresh apple performance, it's a great one. And then you see the yellow one is microwave 180 watts at 1.5 millimeters. And after the second phase is the hot air drying at 62 all what is all the cost of grinding, because grinding or the sound of the grinding. Okay? So the best here is microwave 180 at 1.5 millimeters. Regarding the antioxidant activity, we use 3 parameters: ABTS, DBPH, and ORAC. Okay, they measure different compounds that contribute to antioxidant activity, and we also observe the same output trend as the first BBC video. You can see the microwave drying at 180 watts at 1.5 millimeters thickness was the best to preserve the phenolic compounds and the antioxidant activity. It's not the same thing, because there they are the total ones, and here they are specific, hydrophilic or lipophilic or both. Okay, that's why we use techniques. Okay? So this is the conclusion. Of course, the fresh apple and ginger hummus is the richest before drying in these compounds. You can see their conclusion, yes, TPC and pH and FDAs higher for raw material 2, followed by microwave drying at 180, and then past year hot and drying at 62, the all not grinded material. You know, when it's not grinded, well, it could be grinded as well. If we did not grind it, do not expose so much to the microwave and destruct the compounds. That's why I use, since the drying, because often I was very destroying the compounds. It takes longer time to stop them. Yes? Since it takes longer time, we also use the old without drying. Let's expose surface to volume. Let's understand. If you don't understand, please ask the major. Ask now. No problem. So conclusions. I enjoyed So so we can conclude several things. Osmotic drying was not effective treatment. So this is a result. If you do research also, don't be second. You have to learn from mistakes, not from mistakes. You expect that you have to do research to find out. Yes. So this is a result. Sometimes researchers don't show their results, their bad results. But here I wanted to give to you that we also have bad luck. It happens. So we have to repeat and repeat, and sometimes lots of time before the conclusion. And conclusion is a picture was so we gave it up. Another conclusion is that these models were the best. Means under 7 babies and meetings for trying and for microwave respectively. All those processes resulted in power changes, especially among the two technologies used. Yes, very different. Unfortunately, and total novel compounds suggest that microwave brine is better preserves the canals, the bone canals, and the antioxidants better than offshore brine. Also, not less, the microwave brine requires shorter brine times and less energy. That's very important to be sustainable here, okay? We need to take our time and the market is small, and we need to also keep saving energy. Do not forget the planet as well. So, these are the conclusions. Afterwards, from this, student was very successful. And you class. No. Thanks. You can pass on. Excellent. Also, identification of the compounds, you can identify the compounds by HPLC, okay, and LCAS. We can also scale up, try to do pilot trials in order to treat and drive these compounds. We could explore other technologies, other running technologies, but some of them are more expensive, such as freeze drying. It's a very good technology, expensive one. We have to think about industry implementation. So we need to be practical, yes? She wants good practical solutions. And then another very important aspect is we have to try to see if there's any toxicity in our product. If there are any metals, or if there are any mycotoxins, or some pesticides, we have to analyze this because it comes from the apple and the original, okay? And the apple commerce has everything. Fields, balls, seeds, so the byproduct is a lot of things together. We have to analyze the toxicity. Okay? So we also have to take into account the cost. the cost of the raw material, the energy labor, and cleaning of equipment. Also, we have to take into account all these, a lot of concerns. And finally, if everything has been checked, the safety of the product, we need to test it sensorially. You know, with the panel, with several people trying to see if they like the product. Or after we do the cooking or something like that, a new product. We can use it in cereals, we can use it in muffins, in cookies. We did not try yet because we have to see the toxicity first. So, the research work, they first work, and the student presented the work in 3 international conferences. I hope you, if you could do some research, try to present your work because people want to know what you are doing. It's always very interesting. They communicate and interact with other countries, other cultures, as we are here now together. So it's very interesting to discuss with colleagues and students, because the students always teach something to us as well. And they put questions and they are interested in our knowledge. Thank you.
Any question for those who are not from food technology department? Do you understand? Okay. I hope that there must be some questions from university students coming from food technology department. Any students from food technology department who have questions? I would like to probably give a chance to 2 people to ask questions for the students.
Anything you
Oh yeah, microphone please. Yeah, microphone.
Hello everyone. Awesome. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Yurima from Technology School. I have 2 questions for you. First is, what are the main differences between professional trainers and the individual training technology space today? And the second question, have you ever made a product for professional companies, besides promotion and there? Is there anything else? Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if I can understand the first question.
First question,
This is also
what are the main difference between conventional type methods and the innovative technologies created for today?
Conventional method. Yes.
well, the difference now in the conventional method is something that has been used for a long time, since a long time ago. Yes. So now the first method people use more simple ones to get. So this is the conventional. Afterwards, the people, the researchers, scientists look for other methods, more recent ones, that overcome the drawbacks, the inconvenience, the drawbacks of the first of the classical one. Which in this case, we use microwave because to reduce drying time and to reduce energy consumption. 2 important things. Also, it improves quality. 3 important things. Okay, but we have other alternative methods that the alternative drying was always referred to be studied and used because you only need to heat the hair and use it in a with a fan. The second question,
Like the second question, have you ever made a program for travel and properties? Besides what you mentioned.
this is very interesting and we like to produce this product. But this was a work for 6 months period, okay, it's a master thesis. And now we have to do the following work. First, we have to evaluate the toxicity of the product, if it is toxic or not. Only if it is not non-toxic, we can use it to produce a new product. Yes, it could be like a muffin, like a cookie, like using a cereal breakfast cereal, something like that. But before, we need to guarantee it is safe because the one microphone on the milk maybe it is safe because of the brand itself. But we need to prove the toxicity issues. And then mycotoxins, if there are any mycotoxins which are very resistant to heat. Because in the situation, I hope I answered you.
Good. Good enough. You know how technology? Technologies. Oh, yeah, good technology. Okay. I'd like to give another chance to the next student. Oh, lecturer. Miss Karangturi. Huh?
No.
It's okay.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Karangturi. I am a lecturer from Untitled Department. I found that your study is very interesting, especially if we are talking about autistic children, because we know that autistic children is different layers of their healing scale, and we found that the benefit from apple and ginger always is very good on this. But we might think that ginger might be too spicy for them. So maybe if you want to make this make it this alternative for children is layer. If the reason I mean alternative gets ginger, but people say benefit.
Interesting question. Because when we try to use the background of the company produced, they wanted to valorize their background. So they produced the ginger, not any other mixture. But they produced other juices and made blends among the juices. To give you the ginger notes, only ginger, anti-inflammatory capacity, property. Where anti-inflammatory, maybe I could suggest other types of products, not only foods, macroalgae, maybe a good source of anti-inflammatory properties. So it's also against the virus. We have done a study with a compound which is called EPS, exoform saccharide, that is excreted by this macroalgae. It's called cofidinium. And this cofidinium, when it is cultivated in the culture medium, it releases this, excretes this EPS. And we could use this EPS to combine, for instance, with the apple and make the cooking or something like that. Also, spirulina, when we have heard, has very nice properties. And we could try to find out other interesting properties.
you so much for the inspiration tonight. But the product that we talk about reminds me of a program here. I don't know how this process is called. I mean, because I know that it is a changes, but I don't know how the process. If you can have sometimes it can be used for the medicine when you're feeling cold.
Exactly. That is right.
It's like
Can be.
yeah, it's always this spicy.
It is possible. Children can be the solution for children. But depends on the quantity also that you put in your new product. If it's less quantity, it gives you the benefits of these compounds, but you don't need to use a lot. And I think maybe the children will not perceive the spiciness.
Okay, I saw some amazing.
Yeah.
Bulan Kristen. So,
Thank you. Hello, performance. I would like to know, is this possible for us for Indonesian people to try the process or ginger commerce with some place at some point, because we in Indonesia everybody in some place over the years.
Yeah, we need to study because solar drying is takes longer time than object drying. And the time and the exposure to the hot temperature, it may take 40 degrees here in Karangturi, 30 for sure, yes, and maybe a little higher, depends on the days, on the time of year. And these may destroy the phenolic compounds that give the health properties. It's mainly because it's the conjugation between long time and high temperature. Both factors are there for this compound.
Thank you.
Yes, and also the bacteria also the IgA, the conditions are not the same as using artificial dyeing. When we use solar dyeing, depends on how you do it. If you expose your product on wraps, you may have insect infestation or something like that. It's not so clean, maybe. Yeah. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you very much.
I think that's a good question. Yes, so here in the with your big company, we have very popular solar, and it sounds to be. Yeah, that's not much more.
Really is solar drying. That it destroys a lot of compounds. It has to be studied. You can do research. Yeah.
Let me say something. Okay, after that, okay, Papa is raising his hand. It's about the maintenance. That's
Gracias. From English department. So that's why I was quite struggling explaining about the middle class, the 4.5, because it's a bit too technical, but I found one interesting thing. But before that, we can see the questions. One is quite related to explaining, and second one is less related to the thinkness. Actually, with technology. The first one is you said that polygons will be or that or will be good, like nothing others. So suppose that in the future, these this has been industrialized, okay? And, yeah, has been product industrial scale. What are the advantages of, for example, muffins that are made from oats, ginger, and apple.
We have to do more research again, because we are incorporating a new formulation. That is going to be submitted to high temperature normally to produce maybe. And again, the compounds, the bioactive compounds, the important compounds, may also some degradation. So we need to study further. That we are already doing results. That we some information about Brexits, they will have to store by microbiome, for instance, they are better. So we can try to use them in a new population. But again, we are doing new studies. It's not ended. We cannot guarantee these compounds will be in this quality. The next step is to identify compounds, to quantify the compounds, and then try to produce a new formulation. And then again, we have to identify if they are there, they will not store, and to quantify these compounds. To make claims, to be able to make claims that this product has these health properties. Yes.
Okay. So it's still, there are still many ways.
Many things to do. Research never ends.
Lots of, it's still a part of it. Okay. And the second question is as related about, I think it's in Indonesia there is a hot topic, namely food estate. Food estate. Food estate. Food estate. Food estate is a little bit more. Estate, E-S-T-A-T-E. Please.
Can you explain a little bit more about it?
Food estate is like area, basic traditional area like forest and basic with plantations.
Plantation, cultivation.
And these plantations for to produce food. And what do you think about that? It's a good question. It's related to food sustainability. But in other areas, it creates some problems similar to an active or so. Wow.
That's a good question. Natural organic food, our food plants produce food. And you take the forest.
Yes.
Yes. And you want to know the repercussion of the time. Yes.
In the name of food
Sustainability.
Mr. Karangturi, because time is up, I think we can have more discussion with after this, if you have the time. Because Professor Semarang would like to or okay, but I was limited. Oh yeah. Oh, Karangturi. Okay, yeah. Okay, because time is limited, we need to do another agenda, so unfortunately not all of you can ask questions. So, I think, that's it for today, but I just want to close this session, by asking Professor Asina, okay, to show you the implication of the research that you do, especially for students in food technology for your course. The implication of, because the students are in the process of studying. So what kind of implications that you can share?
I can share message to you all of the areas of environmental technology. We are always curious to know about the origin of the things and the lesson of things, what can we do to improve the situation? Yes, because also in this Indonesia, I think there's a lot of waste, and we want to contribute to the reduction of the waste. Yes, so mainly plastics. I gave a lecture the other day, and I talked about the plastic pollution all over the world, not only Indonesia, but also Portugal, a lot of plastics, and we must reduce this plastic production, and we have to also try to degrade this plastic. Yes. So this is a message that I give to you, to try to make a difference in the different things. I'm just I won't do anything. No, I think we can do something about it. Even if we only research, we can try to send a message, publish our research in the recent paper, for instance, yes, or doing a presentation in the college. In the college, yes, you can present a poster, just on your ideas. You don't need to do lab research. You can also do paper research. Okay? Thinking. Now you have the web, so many sources of information, and try to do it by yourself, collect information, and be critical about it. Yes, we try to be critical. This is correct. And think always, sometimes there are mistakes in books. I always tell to my students, don't always trust everything you read. Now that you have a lot of information in the net, some question yourself, this is correct? Oh, I know that one. I'm going to put some more information. Try to be curious and try to improve yourself. That's what I wish for you, and a lot of happiness as well for the future.
Now we're going down to the end of the process today. Thank you very much once again. So we will move on to the next session, and I'd like to give the microphone to the MC. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Professor Asta Bernardo Morales from University Católica Portugal, for a truly insightful session. It's such an honor for all of us today to learn about sustainable processing and joint technologies.
Yes, and we also thank our moderator, the organizing team, and of course, all of you for your enthusiasm and participation throughout the event.
So everyone, let's give one more round of applause to our speaker, moderator, and the entire Fine Course team.
We hope that has inspired you, learning, innovating, contributing to sustainable technology.
It's been a pleasure being your host today. I'm Gracia,
Collaboration, together with our differences,
last but not least.
thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon.